I'm sorry, but Chappell Roan is so exhausting. Have you seen that video of her in Paris outside a restaurant with the paparazzi and her fans?
And I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Please step to the side. Step to the side.
This person I've asked several times to go away, and they will not. They're hiding their face because they're ashamed.
Chappell right in front of you. Chappell right in front of you.
You were so disrespectful. Oh, here we go. You yelled at me at the Grammy party at the state and at the university.
Give us some space, please.
And I know they don't know how embarrassed I am now that I'm famous.
You know what? I think Chappell Roan's finally become insufferable enough that we can publicly just all admit that we don't like her. She's insufferable. She's a Karen.
Get her off my screen. Get her music off the radio. I don't want to listen to it. Turn it off. Just such negative aura from that woman.
Chappell Roan is a Karen.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because you've got quite a bit to get on into. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Chappell Roan. Now, this conversation is split from the things that I've seen on different social media platforms. You've got some people who are like, you know what, Chappell Roan, keep speaking up, keep doing your thing. Like, we want to see more outspoken celebrities calling out the BS and talking about the harassment that oftentimes comes with paparazzi. But then you've got a lot of people who are like, okay, Chappell Roan, you're giving nothing but Karen vibes. I even saw this TikTok over here where this guy was basically saying that if Chappell Roan wasn't a celebrity, then she would be the type of person to go into Trader Joe's and ask for the manager. Basically calling her a Karen. A lot of people feel like all Chappell Roan does is complain. How is she complaining? Why does she think that she's all that? She only has one album out. You know, just go away. Work there, 9 to 5. Go and just be a regular schmegular person. You know, you've made some, well, quite a lot of money from music, I would assume. So just go into a completely different industry where paparazzi won't harass you. And I definitely understand all arguments here. I'm going to keep it as fair as possible. But I do want to start off by saying that there are so many celebrities that we don't see. There are so many A-lister celebrities that we just, I can't recall the last time I saw Adele. She's very good at just going ghost. You see me when you see me, but apart from that, bitch, you don't know where I'm located, and let's keep it like that. She's still enjoying her money. She's still gonna be that girl when she comes back and decides to go on the red carpet or do press, even though Adele doesn't really do press, but you guys get what I mean. We don't hear from Adele. Another great example is Beyonce. We don't know where she's located, and that's how it should be, especially if you really, really, really hate the way the paparazzi take advantage of you. Paparazzi's jobs are to sell photos, are to sell a moment. That's how they make their shit. So if I know this, I'm not in the industry, Chappell baby, you can't tell me you never knew this to begin with. And that's not me trying to, you know, see you as wrong necessarily, because she's definitely entitled to her opinion, and we maybe sometimes should have a bit more empathy for celebrities, because yes, they you know, have the mansions, and yes, they have the millions of dollars, right? But when it comes to whether they feel safe and comfortable, I'm somebody who's like, you know what, I'm down to listen. And Chappell Roan clearly does not like the paparazzi, in fact hates them. But when you're in this industry, it unfortunately comes with the game. Now, do I think that paparazzi should be, you know, waiting outside people's houses? Absolutely not. I feel like there's a lot of times that paparazzi take the right piss and they are harassing people, hiding behind trees. Are you dumb? Trying to camouflage. Are you dumb? Chappell Roan won't be the first or last celebrity to complain about the celebrities, and I think that she just needs to adjust, because the more you complain about it, the more even your own fans are exhausted. Now, she still has fans, obviously. Like, she is still that girl, whether you guys like her or not. I'm somebody who, I don't really listen to Chappell Roan. It's no shade. If it comes up on the radio, then sure, I would listen to it, but I wouldn't say I'm actively like a Chappell Roan stan or anything. But she's definitely doing something right, because she's still booked and busy and selling out venues like no other. When it comes to public perception, I'm not saying that you should listen to it entirely, because, you know, not everyone's gonna love you. If you know, if you're gonna a cup of tea, let them go drink coffee. Do you know what I mean? But in that same breath, though, I think a lot of people, even her own fans, are saying that, Chappell baby, when we see you in the press, it's always you complaining about something. And that's why a lot of people are like, girl, you just are giving Karen vibes. Is Chappell Roan giving Karen vibes? For me, no. I think she's valid in her takes. I would be so annoyed and fuming if like paparazzi were following me as soon as I was leaving my home and just trying to go into the bakery. Like, just small silly things like this. Nobody wants to see that content. The fans don't even want to see that content. Like, it's just jarring to me, and it kind of reminds me of like Dua Lipa and her fiance Callum Turner. they were just out and about. I think it might have been in Paris actually, and they were just living their best life, and the paparazzis were just standing there as they were standing and talking to each other. And that would piss me off, because like, I don't need this conversation to go on the internet in the next 10 minutes. And number two, just leave me alone. Like, if it's a red carpet or press, then I understand paparazzis, I get it. Trust me, bitch, I get it. But when it comes to just doing everyday things or just strolling down the street and wanting to walk, why are you walking with me? I know so many people who don't like Chappell Roan, because I've seen a lot of the conversation. I think the conversation can sometimes, not always, be it's kind of rooted in misogyny. I think it's also rooted in people not liking the fact that she's a lesbian. So there's just so many factors, but I don't think it's always just that. Let me make that clear. I think a lot of people don't like somebody who's always constantly complaining and not trying to fix the situation. You can't change the way paparazzi move, because unfortunately they've been doing this for a very long time. I mean, it's with like Princess Diana, with Britney Spears, for goodness sake. Like, this is not something that's going to change. I do think laws should be put in place for the paparazzi, but that's not happened. So you've got to figure out to yourself, Chappell, whether you even want to do this anymore, because you can just walk away. You've made a lot of money, you know, you've done your thing. But I know Chappell Roan doesn't want to walk away from the industry, because I think that she obviously loves the goods that come with it, the millions of dollars, you know, the accolades, the success, the nominations, the awards, and putting your music out there, especially when you are passionate about something, is the goal. So she's living all that and she's happy with those parts. But the paparazzi and the harassment is the part where she's just like, I can't do this. And recently in Paris, she even said she felt disregarded as a human being. So I feel for her, and I'm listening. I feel like a lot of people aren't listening because they just feel like, oh my God, that's the woman that's always complaining. Just go away then. And I understand where people are coming from. Don't get it twisted. I think Chappell Roan needs to remove herself from the situation as best as possible and maybe relocate. I've always wondered this when it comes to celebrities. Like, I get it, you know, the constant need to complain, and you know, you just get frustrated. And bitch, if I'm having a bad day, God forbid you follow me with cameras, you're gonna hate me. Now, am I going to constantly give the paparazzi what they're looking for, which is a headline in a moment? No, I wouldn't even interact with them. But sometimes it is hard to just do the whole I don't give a F thing. Maybe that's something Chappell needs to practice, but it is easier said than done. We don't live her life where, you know, there's lights, cameras, flashy light. Girl, the flashes for me is what sends me, because no. I saw a video of Rihanna holding one of her sons, and she was like leaving a restaurant. It's like a couple months ago, and the flashy lights would have taken me out. Number one, not only my eyesight, but my child's eyesight. Like, can you just like why can't paparazzi just act like human beings? They keep saying the whole thing of it's my job, it's my job, it's a job. Just because it's your job doesn't mean I agree with the way you go about it. There's a way you can, I think, be respectful about it, actually. I think you can get the shot and then leave me alone. You don't have to walk down the whole street with me, especially when I have children around as well. I just feel like there's levels to this ish, and they just take it way too far. And I get it, they're trying to make their shitcoins, but bitch, don't go breaking your back or your camera equipment in the process. Oh, your leg. Do you guys remember when Justin Bieber hit the paparazzi? Hey! Now, I'm not saying what he did was good, okay? But I'm just saying, do you remember that time Justin Bieber hit the paparazzi? Also, Justin Bieber, just a couple of weeks ago, was tossing the water bottle, made sure to leave it open, tried to dash at the paparazzi, but unfortunately, unfortunately for him, it hit the ceiling, because the ceiling wasn't high enough, so it just, bam. But I felt that. I totally felt that. I'd be so annoyed with someone just following me, or screaming fans, or people just like coming over, asking for autographs and stuff. Because it's like, yeah, you want to do these things too, but what about me though? What if I'm not in a good mood? And I'm not the type of person who feels like you need to fake it. Yeah, I feel like she needs to relocate. There's so many beautiful countries, there's so many beautiful cities, the world. That meme sends me. But there's actually so much to see in this world. And there are some countries where, yeah, people may be familiar with you and know you, but you know, you're not going to be harassed the way that you were experiencing harassment in, you know, LA or in Paris. But also, you going to Paris Fashion Week, baby, you had to have known the paps were going to be on your tail. They do it for you, they do it for any other celebrity. And maybe, just maybe, they also may have not been waiting for you necessarily, but I do think the place that she was going into, the restaurant, is like a hot spot for a lot of celebrities. So the paparazzis were probably just waiting there like, okay, what celebrity can we capture in this moment? We need this, we need the headlines, we need to make our bread. Just relocate. I mean, I think that you've probably made quite a lot of money to the point where you can relocate. You don't even have to leave America. I mean, I think you should, but hey girl, you do you. But you know, the more, I don't think it's gonna be the last time Chappell Roan is clashing with paparazzi. I think it's gonna go on and on and on, but that's gonna jar a lot of people and be like, oh my God, here we go again. You need to change the way you're maneuvering. I do think there should also be some sort of like training for newer artists to understand what comes with the territory. Just because something comes with the territory doesn't mean it's also okay. That's something else I had to mention. I also feel like it's a little bit interesting how it's mainly guys calling Chappell Roan a bitch. I just feel like that's just like that word in this case just ain't it. Because I get it, like, hey bitch, but they meant it in a very derogatory way, and I just don't like that, because I feel like, what about the men who complain about paparazzi? What about Kanye? I don't think you guys have the same smoke for a Kanye or Justin Bieber who are expressing frustration. Just imagine being followed 24/7. She evidently looked pissed. She got out her phone and she started to record them. Now that is, for a lot of people, like the move, right? I've seen Paparazzi do that before. I've seen Kendrick Lamar do that. I think Kanye's done that. That is a stunt that celebrities would do when they're frustrated and they're like, you know what? Let's flip the switch. How would you feel if I started recording you? Let me just tell you this straight up. The paparazzis don't care. A lot of them are not human. A lot of them act like animals, and they'll do anything just to get the shot and just to get the viral moment. The more you feed into it, the more their smiles get wider and wider and wider, because you've given them exactly what they want. Don't stoop to their level. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's something that she's probably got to practice. That's something that her and her team need to sit down and talk about, okay? Because we want to hear Chappell Roan's name in the headline because she's done something great, or because she's had a gaggy outfit, or because, you know, a new album is set to come out. Like, we don't want to keep seeing her name in the press for her complaining about X, Y, and Z, whether she's valid or not.
Disregarded as a human. This is what it's like.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to go to dinner, and I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Step to the side. Step to the side.
This person I've asked several times to go away, and they will not. They're hiding their face because
Telling the person to go. I guess she's talking about the guy with the glasses who was like asking to sign the autograph. But my thing is, though, if I'm Chappell Roan, I'm thinking, are you a reseller? Oh, sorry. That's where my brain automatically goes. I'm so sorry. Like, of course, there's genuine fans who love her, who can name more than 10 songs. But when I see that Demi Lovato meme now, like, can you name my songs? And the person can't name the songs, bitch, I start, ooh, I would be like, yeah, no. So yeah, that one kid who was asking for the autograph, and watch, he's still gonna ask while she's mid-rant, by the way. I just feel like it's disrespectful. Like, my thing is, just walk away, take a photo of her or whatever, maybe just even like one of those ones, and just keep it stepping. Like, you know the baby's irritated, and you know how she feels about the paps. He says hi. And then he's still like, can you sign this, Chappell? That to me just feels like, okay, now you're not listening. And I know that someone's probably gonna be like, you know, he's French, so maybe doesn't understand. Oh, he understood in that moment when she got her phone out. For sure. He understood. You might not be able to understand what they're saying word for word, but I feel like you still understood the vibe and what it is that Chappell Roan is somewhat trying to get at. I would be irritated too if you're still just asking for me to sign your autograph when before the cameras were rolling from my phone, I told you no. Now, I don't know how Chappell Roan said it, whether it was in the best tone or not, but I told you no. So. And they're still taking photos.
Then go away.
Happy to see you.
So all of you.
Yes, sure.
Following me.
Can you give us something nice?
Are they even listening?
What are you wearing? Okay, Chappell, no problem. You have your shots, yeah.
If you're wondering how.
And what are you wearing?
A lot of them still taking photos and videos as she's literally walking away, guys. Not a flashy light still going off as she's walking, like, you... There's probably like only one wholesome paparazzi interaction that I've seen. This is one paparazzi who is like pretty cool with Rihanna, and like he will ask her the questions like, when do we get new music? Because that's a question we truthfully want to know, right? Him and Rihanna seem real cool because, you know, he would just put the camera down after he's got a shot or two. Like, he knows his place with her. And I need more paparazzis to know their place. And also, don't even get me started on the evasive questions that paparazzi sometimes ask people. Like, how dare you fix your mouth to come and say that to me? Imagine, I don't know, for example, imagine you are Justin Bieber, for instance, okay? Just someone who's had like a public breakup or whatever. The whole world knows about it, blah, blah, blah. There's so many opinions. Okay, how are you as a paparazzi gonna see me out? First and foremost, don't come near me. Know your place. And that's not even rude. It's about boundaries too. Paparazzis know nothing about boundaries. They will have someone DEAD for real. So there's a public breakup. You're trying to walk down the street with me, like right here. You got your cameras rolling, asking me invasive questions like, I don't know, like just that would tick me off. And of course, don't rise to it. Don't lose your temper. Don't break their equipment because they're going to start suing you, blah, blah, blah. Even if you can cover the funds. Bitch, I don't want to cover no funds for no goddamn paparazzi. Though I hate. Don't put yourself in these environments where you know you're going to be triggered immediately. She came out the SUV and she probably was like rolling her eyes like, oh, here we go again. But girl, when you go to these hotspots, no matter the country, paparazzis are going to find you. And they're not only waiting for Chappell Roan. Let's just keep it real, right? Number two, maybe ask advice from your peers in the industry, people who've been in the game and not able to navigate the whole paparazzi thing. Some people like the paparazzis, like the Kardashian clan. They do profit in some ways off of the paparazzi and, you know, being seen here and like being seen with this guy. But for Chappell Roan, I think she just generally wants to make the music but doesn't want the invasiveness. And I can understand that and I can respect it. There's so many people like that. In comes Boy George, and I just thought, wait, I never thought a day in my life I'll be talking about Boy George on my channel. Come a chameleon, hey, you come and go. That is a banger, okay? Do I know any other Boy George songs? I swear I do. Just give me some time. Boy George enters the chat and he decides to tweet, and I just thought, Boy George? You mean cut crease, colourful eye? They could be brothers and sisters if you really, you know, could Chappell Roan and Boy George, now that you've put it like that, no one put it like that, but I put it like that. Now that I put it like that, it's giving siblings from another. Anyways, one thing about Boy George, he is going to have an eyeshadow look on. He doesn't play when it comes to an eyeshadow palette. Has Boy George ever come out with makeup? Not that I would purchase yourrepeat.com. So he gets involved, he enters the chat, and if I'm being real, I get where he's coming from. He had me and then he lost me quickly, and you're gonna see exactly why. So Boy George basically tells Chappell Roan to cheer up and take advantage of this moment because you're not always going to have it type beat. Boy George has some advice for Chappell Roan. Relax and enjoy the fame while it lasts. Ooh! I'm sorry, what was that? Let me just put my lip gloss on and just pretend I didn't hear that. Enjoy the fame while it lasts because one day all that attention might just vanish. Ooh! The British icon weighed in after Chappell's viral run-in, with Paparazzi in Paris, saying in a lengthy Twitter post that she might want to rethink how she handles the spotlight, especially since the world basically is at her feet right now. George admits that when he saw the clip of Chappell clashing with photographers, he said it made him laugh. Because it reminded him of his own days of going off on the paparazzi, before realizing the real trick is owning the whole fame game. Now, I definitely do agree with that. But Boy George, didn't you? But George, didn't you? But didn't you? The whole Boy George lore, I mean, for me, it doesn't go way back because, bitch, I'm just younger. I don't know too much. But the things that but didn't you? Hold on, wait a minute. Still, he gets that the attention can be annoying, but he says the flip side, being ignored once people start calling you an older or a has-been, can be just as frustrating. So now you've made this about you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you had me, I was a listen, and now I'm just like, hey, I just shut down like a computer. I feel like you've made this about you now. Like, maybe people are calling you washed up, has been, you know, you're an elder now, no one cares about you. Because that's what it is that people have to deal with in life. You know, no one cares about you anymore, you're not relevant anymore because you're older. And I don't always agree with that. I think there's still a lot of elderly icons in the game who, if they go into a bitch, the whole world cares about them. There's going to be 1 million people queuing up for that ticket. Don't get it twisted. There's some people who still have that to them, like an Elton John, right? I've actually seen British paparazzi in real life. And they definitely blend in with the rest, the everyday person, but then you realize they have this big old camera. Some of them are very discreet with it, by the way. A lot of them are very discreet, actually. And I remember the paparazzi were like looking for Timothy Chalamet, and I remember the paparazzi like asking me and a few other people like, oh my god, do you know do you know if Timothy Chalamet is here? Like, do you know anything? I'm just like, girl, what? Girl, what? And then as soon as they saw Timothy Chalamet, he walked like just straight past them. He made sure to like camouflage as best as possible. It's sad that they have to do that, but it is what it is, right? And he just wore like a baseball hat, a puffy jacket, and just like, I don't know what he did. Okay, he put his headphones on and went straight into like a car. I don't want to say she should like try and like camouflage him with the rest of people, because that's exhausting too. Because what do you mean I have to camouflage because you people don't know how to behave? I think a lot of people will probably struggle to navigate fame. You've got some people who are saying, girl, you just have one album out. Don't let your head explode now. Don't think you're the ish. Well, I mean, paparazzis are waiting for her, so she is somewhat of the ish, and she is attending these, you know, very prestigious events, and she is nominated for certain things. Yes, she only has one album out. You would think this is somebody with 7 albums out and, you know, is truly exhausted, but she's allowed to be exhausted. And also, we don't know Chappell Roan like that for real. We don't know if she's dealing with things in terms of mental health at all. I'm someone who's quite anxious, so just the idea of someone staring too hard at me, I'm like, bitch, can you speak? Because now I'm gonna start bugging out in my head. It's just like, there's so much that humans in general, fame will not have to deal with, but if you add that added layer of attention on top of that, it's not for everyone. And that's why I say, Chappell Roan, this truly is something that makes you feel uncomfortable and triggered and uneasy, and it's something that you feel like you can't ever grow to adapt, then maybe this isn't the space for you. But let's just be real. let's say Chappell Roan called it quits and she was like, you know what, I'm done, I'm out. Deuces, darlings. First and foremost, you guys will still recognize her. Let's say she decided to go to a regular job and she wanted to be and feel normal again, because you know the last couple of years she hasn't felt that way, right? I would understand that, but you guys will still recognize her. People will still get their phones out and she'll probably cuss you guys out. I don't know the whole conversation though of how like people say that Chappell Roan doesn't like her fans. I don't know where that came from. In terms of paparazzi, okay, sure, she definitely hates them, that's for sure. But in terms of like fans, I don't think she's done anything that feels malicious necessarily. There's some celebrities who are a bit more inviting than others. I don't think Chappell Roan fully is that, but I don't think she hates her fans. You know, I'm not going to trouble someone like that who I feel like I've heard so much about. You just want to be bothered. I'm just going to leave it alone, but I can still appreciate it. Or just make a passing comment like, oh hey girl, like okay, cool. This whole paparazzi thing, I think it started back at the VMAs back in 2024, where she told a photographer to shut the F up. And I said, ooh, now when it comes to the tone, Miss Girl, I'm here for someone standing on business. Like if you make me feel uncomfortable and you say something with that slick tongue of yours, expect a response. There are some people who are a bit more confrontational, and maybe we're learning Chappell Roan definitely is more confrontational, because if that had been me, and there's no right or wrong way here, but if that had been me, I would have just probably cussed him the flip out of my head. Or do you know what, depending on what day of the week it is, you might have just get cussed the flip out. Is she wrong for that? I've seen some people say that, you know, it's a prestigious event, just like hold your tongue. Some people just can't do it. And again, I think we all need to work on certain things when it comes to ourselves. I do quite like the way that she's able to stand up for herself, telling that the photographer to shut the F up. That escalated, that went viral, and that took over more than anything great that she had going on at the time. So that's something that she needs to understand when it comes to the press as well. Anyways, after that event, the 40th MTV annual VMAs back in 2024, I think a month later, she attended some sort of red carpet, and then she saw a photographer that was mean to her and she called them out, and I just feel like, girl, I get it. I'm trying to like see it from different perspectives here. That's all I've got. Just a deep breath. I'm really praying for Chappell Roan. I hope that she gets it together and she finds the peace that she's looking for from the paparazzis. You got some people saying if she was a black woman, you guys will automatically label her as aggressive. First and foremost, if this is a black woman, she would not even be able to get the chance to do this again, because she would have to learn the hard way. You don't think her team will be calling? Okay, yeah, let's make that very clear. But I do also think I do think a lot of people still call Chappell Roan mean, aggressive, rude, the same literature they would use at a black woman. I think they still do call Chappell Roan aggressive. There is an entire folder that I have compiled so many Chappell Roan videos of people giving their thoughts and opinions, and if not all of them have been negative. You know, this whole constantly complaining about the same thing and expecting a different result, that sounds like insanity. Zendaya, Tom Holland, we don't know where they're at for real. They had a whole wedding and nobody even can tell you the location of where they got married. Paparazzis couldn't even do the whole sneaky thing. So if you want it to be done, it can be done pretty well, but you just have to have a plan. You have to go to the drawing board. I think we're all exhausted now, aren't we?
I did not grow up famous. Like, I very much was not famous until this year. So I understand like how nerve-wracking and how I don't want to bother you, but I'm going to come up and say how much I love you, because like I understand where people are coming from. I know they don't know how unsafe it makes me feel. And I know they don't know how embarrassed.
Let me just pause there. So, okay, so it makes it feel unsafe when people just like come up to her. I, again, use a great example of anxiety sometimes and just feeling like, oh, I don't know your next move, like, oh, why are you staring at me for too long? Like, I get that. I totally understand that. And maybe her case is a bit more severe. There's, you know, there's a whole spectrum of anxiety. Some people who've got it a lot more worse than others. Okay, I respect that and I appreciate that. This line of work, unfortunately, involves fans who generally notice you, recognize you coming up. They're just going to come up to you. I mean, the bright makeup look, the hair, like this is all something that's going to have you thinking, wait, is that Chappell Roan? This is a part of your image and look. So when people recognize you, they're going to be like, oh my God, let me go up to her and just like say hi. Whether they're fans or not, they're going to want to interact with you. Now, are you always going to be able to navigate who's real and who's not? No. But like fans, it's just a part of it. Now, do you always have to give them a photo and talk to them for like 10 goddamn minutes? No. But sometimes even a smile will go a long way. It's a shame though. I don't think she hates her. I still don't think she hates her fans, but I think that she's trying to set boundaries, but in an industry where it's a little bit difficult.
now that I'm famous, but they shouldn't be surprised if I say no to a photo.
That's fine.
I did not grow up famous.
That's fine. She shouldn't have to say yes to a photo, but girl, this line of work is gonna make it a little bit more challenging, huh? Let me go ahead and check out this video. What's this? Oh, first and foremost, that outfit. Girl, who is she wearing? Oh, she's wearing Mugler. Now, Mugler usually come through, but this Mugler just... There's like so many comments, people saying that, you know, she's so unlikable. Why does she look so insufferable? Bloody hell, blimey. Yeah, I don't like this outfit. I had to stop there. I don't like the outfit. She looks uncomfortable. She looks uncomfortable. Okay, pose. Period.
And Chappell, one more straight ahead, please. Gorgeous.
She just looks like she don't want to be there. Like, you guys are just too close.
And straight ahead, Chappell.
Thank you. 3 quarts, please. Yes. Okay.
Okay, she's still trying here. You can tell she's irritated, but she's still trying. She's still giving them, okay, angles, poses, period. Okay, death stare. Kill me with your eyes. Okay, see, I think people are judging a bit too quickly with this one. You got people saying she looks so mean. She could just be anxious, babes. Let's see a random video here.
I don't like Chappell Roan.
Oh?
Nothing will ever make me like Chappell Roan. Get her off my screen. Get her music off the radio. I don't want to listen to it. Turn it off.
Ooh.
Just such negative aura from that woman.
Chappell Roan is so exhausting. Have you seen that video of her in Paris outside a restaurant with the paparazzi and her fans?
We saw it, girl.
It's terrible. She literally gets her phone out, records a fan. She's like, I've asked this person several times to go away and they will nod. They're hiding their face because they're ashamed. Pardon? This poor fan's flipping stood there with a picture and a pen. But
no, I'm not buying into the whole, that's that poor fan, the guy with the glasses that was asking for, can you sign my autograph? I'm not buying into that part personally, okay? Personally for me. Also, I love how she's like got a spoolie. I wonder if you like put some castor oil in there. Girl, I used to do that with my eyebrows, but then I just got them microbladed. No one cares, but you should, because I feel like my eyebrows are kind of eaten.
her autograph and then says to the camera, "Hi, baby." I think the fan was actually French, so he didn't really understand what she was saying, so he didn't know what the hell was going on. But I mean, like, she's literally stood there recording one of her fans, shaming one of her fans.
Literally this. Chappell Roan flew to Paris, went to 4 or 5 fashion shows that she was invited to.
Correct.
Then went to eat dinner at a very popular, star-studded Parisian restaurant where paparazzi always hang out because there's always stars there.
I did say that. So I don't agree with that part.
Walked in the front door, but yet expects not to be bothered by paparazzi or by fans.
That's the part that I don't get.
Don't want to be paparazzi'd or don't want to be bothered.
This is why the Chappell Roan paparazzi incident has nothing to do with Britney Spears, even though you guys keep bringing it up in my other video. And this is coming from someone, me, who lived here in 2007 and who has worked in the news and specifically photo licensing. Okay. Britney Spears lived in a gated community at the top of Coldwater Canyon, and she doesn't live there anymore, which is why I'm saying this. Paparazzi used to line around the canyon.
Okay, receipts.
Which was really narrow, to get pictures of her and chase her down the canyon and then to Starbucks and wherever she was going.
That would annoy me
this is all
so
during
much.
a time where she wasn't even working. They followed her every move from the gas station, and
honestly, Britney got it so bad. It's Britney, bitch. Britney got it so hard, like so hard, and it's so uncomfortable when you put children in the equation as well. It's like, it just, oh my god, I really feel for these celebrities when it comes to certain things. That's for sure. These things would piss me off. I don't know, because you can catch me on a Wednesday, and maybe I might want to spill some juice on you. It won't be hot, don't worry, but is it right? No, but it's just like, when you just like grind my gears over and over again, and the same thing is happening for years. Imagine coming into the industry as a kid, like a Justin Bieber, for example, a child star, and the same thing has been going on all the way up until your 30s. That would just piss me off so much. But you can't put your hands on these people, because they will press charges and drag you to court, and most likely win. So, because there isn't much laws put in place for paparazzi. Let's continue.
There were high-speed chases, and you guys are trying to compare this to Chappell Roan going to a restaurant where there are already photographers outside, meaning they either knew she was going to be there or it's a hot spot where celebrities are known to go.
That's the part I'm just
And
like,
then
Chappell, make it
on
make
top of
sense.
that, if you are truly feeling like, oh my God, this person's been following me, I'm so scared, I don't know what they're gonna do, you don't go and shoot a video with them. You don't go and say, oh my God, my life is so hard. You try to get the hell away from them. It makes absolutely zero sense to go out there and give them content. You just made their video that would have been 5 seconds long of you walking by and no one would have bought. Now you just made it something that all these people are going to buy and talk about. Is it because she wants to be seen as a social justice warrior? And another thing, you guys keep bringing up the thing about the Grammys and the red carpet. Like, those are not paparazzi off the street. Those are credentialed event photographers who are like well respected in the industry. So yeah, they get overly excited, but no one's yelling at her like, you're a stupid bitch. Like the way you guys are all making it seem, she just told them to quiet down. And now you guys are like, oh my God, she changed the trajectory of the red carpet for the rest of time. Like, yeah, Sabrina Carpenter said, wow, you guys are so much more quiet, but it was never an issue up until Chappell. Like, yeah, Ariana might have shushed them once or twice, but
I remember that video. Period. Like, I'm here for it. Do they ever shush? The next time we see them, no. So I've seen some comments of people saying the only celebrity you can compare Britney Spears to in terms of like paparazzi and all of the mistreatment is a Justin Bieber. They are not wrong. I'm not trying to say this level is more, insane than this level. Chappell Roan has only been in the industry for a couple of years. If you want to be here 5 to 10 years more longer, you have to navigate it now. You do have to navigate it, okay? It's still something that people are trying to do. And to Justin Bieber, I would say relocate, up and leave. You've got more than enough money to just relocate and go somewhere that will give you the peace and quiet, where paparazzi won't, they'll have a couple of moments with you, interactions. But, I do think that if you go to Paris, they're gonna bombard you. If you go to London, they're gonna bombard you. Maybe not in the same rate as the US, okay, sure, but just see the world. Where are you from? The world. Because I don't know what state Zendaya is in. Apparently she's in UK, but the fact that I'm using the word apparently, because there isn't really much proof for y'all to say that, oh, this is where Zendaya resides, and I don't want to know either. But my thing is, like, Lola Young took a break and she made a statement like, I'm taking a break, blah, blah, blah. She may have not gone into, full on details, but we didn't see her for quite some time until she popped out at the Grammys. So, that's someone choosing their piece because they can do that. Now, she may have some work obligations and contracts signed. But once those things are out and done, maybe look towards, I don't know, making some sort of statement. And I would completely understand where you're coming from. It's unfortunate that this is the industry and it's unfortunate this is how the paparazzi go about things in this industry. And I don't think someone should bully you out of this industry and tell you this, where but you had to have known a little bit. You've had to have some inkling that they were going to be just as crazy with you. Chappell Roan is the kind of person to be like, having a really awful night, but please respect my privacy and don't ask me about it. Do you guys agree? Do you guys think I agree? Is Chappell Roan a Karen? Let me just reapply my lip gloss whilst I ask you guys a question. Please, sound off down below in the comment section. Is Chappell Roan a Karen? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for so much. That wasn't English. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate that. If you guys haven't subscribed already, it's a fun time around here. We talk all things pop culture and then we go about our day. We keep it very respectful, very cute, but bitch, we always have a lot to say. So if you like the sound of that, please do subscribe. It literally costs you nothing and takes about 10 seconds. So what are you waiting for? I'm your hostess Keisha and I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video. Bye!